What is going on, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, cats and dogs? You're listening to a very stripped down episode of Hardcore Geek Wrestling. I'm your boy Ryan, aka Mr. Showtime. I'm literally coming at you, bundled up on my couch, talking to you on my phone. So please mind the audio, the differences in the sound. Obviously, it's not going to sound as good as the studio mics, but it is Monday the 5th of December, and I was sent home sick from work, so I figured what else to do than to record a WWE TLC reaction podcast with you guys. So yeah, let's just get it started. As always, you can check us out at hardcoregeekcast.com. We are on Twitter at HCGeekcast and at Geek Wrestling. And we also are on Facebook as well. Our past episodes you can also check out on iTunes and iHeartRadio and various other places for your favorite pro wrestling podcasts. So the WWE TLC 2016 pay-per-view came from us from Dallas, Texas. We had about 7 matches, counting the pre-show match, and I'm going to kind of break them down just very quickly. We're actually going to do a very in-depth review episode this Wednesday night. Myself and Chase Merriman will be breaking down that, Monday Night Raw, and SmackDown, so we'll definitely get all to that, but I honestly really dug the pay-per-view. I thought it was a real solid event from WWE, from the SmackDown Live brand, and I really think that every match delivered, and that even includes the pre-show match, which, if I was going to say something was like the least of my favorites, I would say it's this pre-show match that I didn't even know was happening until literally we turned on the pre-show. And this pre-show match had Apollo Crews teaming with the Hype Bros, and who am I thinking? Oh, and American Alpha taking on the Vaudevillains, Kurt Hawkins, and the Ascension. Couple cool things I want to point out here. I really like Kurt Hawkins' entrance. I don't like the entrance music. It sounds very stock. It does also sound a little bit like some Dragon Ball Z-ish, like some very anime-ish, if that's even a word. And but I do like the voiceovers, the kind of screwing up every city, and making each voiceover exclusive to whatever event he's going to be wrestling at. Another nice thing, it was nice to see Apollo Crews, a guy who I believe has been very underutilized. The guy is phenomenal in the ring. He's in excellent shape. And he looks like he kind of had a good run going, and then they just completely put the brakes on him. And that's something that WWE does very often. I really think you have to turn him heel. I said you kind of have to have him as the very stuck-up heel, saying that, I know that I'm better than you, and that's why I smile. I really think that's a good way to go. But this was a fun match. It wasn't anything... There was no implications like for the titles or anything like that. It was just random, just some fun stuff. If everybody kind of throwing everybody out of the ring, that was a cool spot. Almost like a battle royal. And we got the teasing of Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins going at it, and that did not happen. The one thing I want to say is that it is very sad to see how far the Vaudevillains and the Ascension have fallen, because they were huge acts in NXT. And I think out of all the call-ups, and hopefully I'm not forgetting anybody, out of all the call-ups from NXT in the last year or two, it seems like they're the ones that really have fallen the most. Whether it's booking, whether it's backstage politics, I don't know. It's just, that's sad to see. So I hope that they at least get some more TV time, or at the very least get to go back to NXT and get a little bit of the spotlight there. The team of American Alpha and Apollo Crews, along with the Hype Bros, did go over in this match, so that was a pretty fun match there. From there, we move on to our main card, which was kicked off with the WWE SmackDown Live Tag Team Championship. We had the team of Heath Slater and Rhino defending against the new Wyatt family, the team of Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt. This was a quick match, really quick, a lot faster than I thought it would be. These guys, both teams were working pretty good. We did see that what we thought we would see, where they were going to isolate Heath Slater to allow Rhino to get that hot tag. The ending was really cool with Heath Slater, not Heath Slater, Luke Harper, who was ringside with the Wyatts, sacrificing himself to take the gore from Rhino, pushing Randy Orton out of the way, and Rhino was getting ready to attack Bray, who is in his weird spider walk position, and then as the t-shirt says, out of nowhere, Randy Orton hits an RKO on Rhino, and we have brand new WWE SmackDown Tag Team Champions. So cool things with this. Nice to see this team actually get some steam. At first, I didn't think that there was going to be anything of it. I thought it was going to be a situation where Randy Orton was going to turn on the Wyatts after a week or two. But if Survivor Series showed us anything, really showed us that WWE really is going all out with this new incarnation of the Wyatts. Another cool thing with this is Bray Wyatt finally has a championship. I believe this is absolutely overdue. Bray Wyatt should at least had something by now. I mean, he's been with the company on the main roster at least for the last 3.5 years, and I'm just really happy to see the guy finally get a little bit of gold to put in his trophy case there. From here, we had the no disqualification match. We had Carmella taking on Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella, there was the storyline where somebody took her out in the backstage of Survivor Series, so it's the whole whodunit storyline. And she immediately accused Carmella, which sparked this match. And Carmella did come out and say, I wasn't the one who attacked you. Regardless, they were going to have this match so they can kind of cap off their feud. It was a good match. It wasn't bad at all. The only thing I question is this is a no disqualification match. Essentially an Extreme Rules match, essentially a hardcore match, if you will. And there was a point where both of the women were on the outside of the ring, and the referee is counting. I did not understand how there could be countouts in a no disqualification match. It seemed like on the commentary, JBL did try to save face and explain the rules for this particular no DQ match, but to me and to everybody who was watching it, it didn't really make sense. I don't understand why there was countouts. It doesn't matter. But in this match, it was a lot of fun. We saw, some kendo sticks. We saw some really good utilization of the outside area. And we saw something that we really don't see nowadays. It's kind of a throwback to the Attitude Era almost. Was the use of the handy dandy fire extinguisher. Nikki Bella taking that from under the ring and blasting Carmella with it repeatedly, and hitting the TKO on Carmella. Nikki Bella getting the win. After this match, Carmella does take to the mic, says that I wasn't the one who took you out, but it was Natalya. Didn't think they would come out with that fast. I really think there's going to be more to the storyline. Do I think Natalya did it? No, I actually don't. I don't think that Carmella did it either. I think that maybe some of these girls are kind of, in cahoots, and they do know who actually attacked Nikki Bella. But I think that we'll probably get this story solved, maybe leading into the Royal Rumble, and then we'll get the blow off at WrestleMania. That's what I'm thinking. All right, let's see. What was the next match that we got here? We did get. I'm kind of bouncing all around here. We had the ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. We had The Miz taking on Dolph Ziggler. Miz defending the title with Maurice in his corner. And this match was just fantastic. First of all, The Miz and Daniel Bryan kind of getting into it before the match actually happens. These guys are backstage. I'm sorry, these guys are really teasing that they're going to be fighting. And I don't know if WWE is going to clear Daniel Bryan for one more match. I think a lot of us would love to see that happen. But it's the way that they're doing this storyline. It's there's got to be some kind of blow off, some kind of payoff. And Miz, in my opinion, he's the best heel in WWE right now. Yeah, AJ Styles is the World Heavyweight Champion, and he is, he's a heel, but I think Miz is that heel that you want to hate, and for that, I absolutely love the guy. This match itself was really, really good. It started off slow, in my opinion, but they really built it up. We saw some really good spots with the figure four in the ladder. We saw the springboard powerbomb onto the ladder. The match ending with two nut shots from The Miz to Dolph Ziggler. Miz retains the Intercontinental Championship, gets on the mic, talks a little bit more crap about Daniel Bryan and how he's a winner and Daniel Bryan's a loser. Another thing during the match is Miz was also utilizing the Daniel Bryan yes chants, as well as the Daniel Bryan maneuvers, such as the corner dropkick. So I really think this is going somewhere. The only thing I'm really concerned about is where does Dolph Ziggler go from here. That's something that's a little a little bit scary. I really want to see the guy succeed and see him thrive in that main event spot. But it's like, unless he gets a shot at AJ Styles, I don't know what we're going to do with Dolph Ziggler here. At least while The Miz is the Intercontinental Champion. Maybe he forms a tag team with somebody. Who knows? Maybe Dolph Ziggler turns heel. I always said that him and The Miz would be an excellent tag team. Maybe, it could be like the whole if you can't beat him, join him situation. Even though that'd be kind of like a copy off of what they're doing with Randy Orton and the Wyatts. I always said you can call the team the Awesome Show-Offs. They're both from Cleveland. They're both very loud personalities, and that's what you got to do. I don't know. That's my opinion. From here, we got the chairs match, the Baron Corbin versus Kalisto match. This match was one that I actually forgot was going to happen, and that's no offense to neither Baron Corbin or Kalisto. But it's just one that I guess I wasn't really focused on, considering the stories and the title matches that we had going into this pay-per-view. But it was really good. Kalisto sporting a new look, wrestling in trunks rather than long tights. And this one, I've never been fond of chairs matches. I always thought they were just really over-the-top gimmicky to the point where they're trying too hard. But this was really, really good. A lot of high-flying maneuvers from Kalisto. There was a real cool spot where he did a plancha onto Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin lands on a row of chairs in the middle of the ring, which was a sick move. Another really great spot was Kalisto going for a dive to the outside, Baron Corbin catching him midair and turning it into a deep six on the floor. That was really good. The finish was the end of days onto a stack of chairs, which was just beyond brutal, to the point where we watched it and Chase was jumped out of his chair because it was just It didn't look like anybody was really protected. Kalisto really hit the chairs hard, and so did Baron Corbin. So you kind of worry about these guys a little bit, but man, really good match. Baron Corbin going over. Baron Corbin, one of our favorite SmackDown stars, one of our favorite WWE stars in general. Really think this guy is going to get some momentum and maybe move into that Intercontinental Championship picture. Maybe move into the World Championship picture. Who knows? We'll find out from here. After this, we got the Women's Championship, the SmackDown Women's Championship, which was a tables match between defending champion Becky Lynch and the challenger Alexa Bliss. Now, this match exceeded, not only met, but it exceeded my expectations. These girls were utilizing the tables very well. There was a lot of smart play where, there was a spot where it looked like they were really going to go through, and you see like some defensive maneuvers where, someone flips the table back over so they know they're not going to, go through the table. The finish I didn't see coming at all. Becky Lynch was powerbomb through the table by Alexa Bliss on the outside after a little bit of a tussle on the ringside apron. And Alexa Bliss is your new SmackDown Women's Champion. I am, in particular, I really do like this because Alexa Bliss is kind of like a hometown girl for us, so maybe I'm a little biased. While I do love Becky Lynch, I do think she's been a little stale as champion. I think it's more exciting with her chasing the title rather than her being the champion. And unfortunately, with certain superstars, that's just how it is. Some guys like AJ Styles, I enjoy as champion. Guys like Kevin Owens, I enjoy as champion. Even guys like Roman Reigns, I don't mind him being the U.S. champion. But there's certain superstars that, and it always seems to me that they fall into that category when they're a face. That category being that when they're actually the champion, it's just a little bland. I think kind of Asuka's getting to that situation in NXT. Even for a while, Finn Balor was in that position. Like, I love Finn, but I think it was way more interesting when he was chasing the title because it meant more when he actually won it. That's just my opinion. I don't know. But after the match, I don't know who the backstage interviewer was. I think it was Dasha Fuentes, but I could be completely wrong. She immediately tries to get a word with Becky Lynch, and Becky says, "Hey, I really appreciate you not putting that microphone in my face. This soon. It's like a little hints dropped of a possible Becky Lynch heel turn. The one interesting thing before this match, and I completely forgot, is that they interviewed Natalya, asking her about the accusations of her being the assailant in the Nikki Bella situation. Nikki Bella? That can get her out of the title picture and allow Alexa Bliss to start her reign. And I think a really good challenger to start off would be none other than Naomi. Naomi's been really great in the ring. She is super athletic, super beautiful, and she hasn't really gotten her due as a competitor. So I think she would be a great first challenger after an obvious rematch with Becky Lynch. But I think Alexa Bliss should hold on to the title at least through Rumble. That's my opinion. Okay, so, and I'm sorry guys, if you guys are just tuning in now, I am very under the weather. So this is probably the most, out, I'm out of it. Let's just say it. Let's just keep it like that. I'm completely out of it. Okay. So let's go to the main event. We have tables, ladders, and chairs. AJ Styles defending the WWE Championship against none other than the lunatic fringe himself, Dean Ambrose. These guys kick some ass. They went back and forth. And that's like my go-to, back and forth. But it really was a back and forth match. A really good brawl to start off the match where Dean Ambrose has taken AJ Styles all around the arena. They've really been putting some emphasis on fighting in the crowd and backstage brawls, and I really think that's just to tie in with the video game. I sincerely believe that, because we really didn't see too much of this. until these features were included in WWE 2K17. Nonetheless, very fun brawl to start off the match. The utilization of the ladders, the chairs, not too much the tables, but these guys were great. I mean, I can't say enough good things about AJ Styles and Dean Ambrose. I mean, might as well just acknowledge the elephant in the room. AJ Styles did split his tights right on his butt cheek, and everybody that was the talk of Twitter, apparently, that AJ Styles had a tear in his tights, and people could see a little bit of skin. Was what it was. Who knows, maybe he'll get fined. Maybe, because all the divas, the women get charged fines when they have wardrobe malfunctions. So maybe AJ will get a little bit of a fine too. We saw some great spots. We saw an awesome elbow drop from Dean Ambrose off of a ladder that was on top of an announcer's table through AJ Styles on the other announcer's table. We saw a springboard 450 from AJ Styles onto Dean Ambrose, who was on a table to the outside of the ring. The finish came with James Ellsworth, of all people, coming to the ring, distracting AJ Styles, getting beat up by AJ Styles, to the point where Dean Ambrose was able to hit the Dirty Deeds DDT on the steel steps. AJ Styles was then able to get thrown out of the ring. See, he came back into the ring to try to stop Dean from climbing up the ladder. AJ Styles is completely in dire straits. He's not going to be able to get to the ladder. It really looks like Dean Ambrose is going to be our new WWE champion. And then the part that's really kind of boggled my mind is James Ellsworth comes into the ring, tips the ladder over, and Ambrose goes outside to the ring through about 2 to 3 tables. James Ellsworth, I guess, an apparent heel turn. I don't know where this came from. AJ Styles climbs the ladder, and grabs the WWE championship, and he is still your WWE World Heavyweight Champion. There was a post-match interview on Talking Smack with James Ellsworth, and it's not so much that it's a heel turn. I think they're trying to make his character very delusional. His whole thing was, me and Dean go way back, which is not true. And he says, I beat AJ Styles 3 times, and I have a guaranteed title shot. So I know that I'm going to beat AJ Styles, and I'm going to give Dean Ambrose the first shot. And just completely dismissing the fact that he screwed over his friend Dean Ambrose. This is a very delusional character, and I think that's really smart. I don't think you go the full heel turn with him. I think you just make him, for the lack of a better term, just very, very dumb and making the wrong decisions. And he's going to be getting his world title shot on this Tuesday night SmackDown. So from there, I really think we're going to get Dean Ambrose interfering, and we're just going to get the beatdown of all beatdowns at the Royal Rumble. We'll get Dean Ambrose and James Ellsworth, and then obviously AJ Styles defending against whoever will be the next threat to the title. And in my opinion, I think it's going to be none other than the Phenom himself, The Undertaker. But we'll cross it from there. Or we'll cross the bridge when we come to it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sick right now. So, again, I think TLC 2016 was an excellent show. I think that from top to bottom, every match delivered. Everything that had a storyline going into it, the story progressed, and we got some good surprises out of it. We got some new champions that we didn't expect. And we got some heel turns, obviously, that we did not expect with James Ellsworth. Again, this Wednesday, we'll be doing a complete in-depth review. We'll get Chase's point of view, and we'll also cover the fallout on SmackDown, and then also the what's going down on Monday Night Raw, because we have about 2 weeks, and we're already going to be at our next WWE Network event, Roadblock, End of the Line. So we'll go from there. Other than that, guys, I want to thank you guys for listening. For all past episodes, check us out at hardcoregeekcast.com. We are on Facebook and Twitter at HCGeekcast and Geek Wrestling. And also hit us up on iTunes as well. For myself, Mr. Showtime, for everybody here at Hardcore Geek, I want to thank you all for listening. You have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your night.